Hello everybody, it is I, Archangel, and today we are going to be going over how to not get scammed on eBay. Cause personally around here, I don't get a lot of up close or close deals or whatever, in person deals or whatever, because all the deals that either do show up get taken away pretty quickly, or they're not actually deals, they're scams and someone's trying to scam you. Just today, I contacted somebody about a 970 for $125. Because I've gotten them for like 120 in the past and stuff, or near there. And I asked if I could see the card. Luckily, I didn't have to go in person to meet the person, but I asked, hey, can I, see the card, boot in a system, and then, take it out and then just head out? And the person just never said, or they ghosted me or whatever. They didn't say anything. So I'll get right to it. So first thing is missing or broken things. So basically, like, this motherboard doesn't have the normal like X8 or X16 slots that's going to have, and it doesn't use normal like DDR3 RAM. Those things are going to be different, and it doesn't have those slots, and sometimes things will be broken. Like, I believe there is a broken SATA port on this. I can't really see. No, there isn't. Okay, there is a couple of motherboards I saw before that were exactly like this model, and they had a SATA port that was broken. So yeah, so if it's missing or certain things are broken, maybe a fan blade on the CPU cooler is broken, maybe a graphic card fan is broken. You want to look for those things. You don't want to pay full price for something that is broken or missing things that way. Unless you're getting it very cheap, you should not be paying full price for stuff. And location, where it's from, and if it ships or if it is only pickup. So this card, seems nice. Price is nice, or nice for this economy right now. 80 bucks, not that bad. They got nice photos and everything. Seems right, right? Well, it's from China, Hong Kong, or Taiwan or something. Oh yeah, item location China. So that's gonna be a lot of time. That's gonna be in shipping and stuff. Yeah, it's not gonna get here till possibly the March 24th, and it is only the 20th of February. That's it. Yep. So you want to always make sure you keep an eye out on the location of the place, and if they even ship. Some places they only do like local deals only, which I kind of don't dislike. Whenever I like buy something and then I realize, oh crap, it's a in-person thing. Well, I have to tell them, and then I get refund, and then I have to go look for a good deal that's can be shipped to me, and the person's willing to ship it. Also, some places will, like, there could be scams that happen in China. We'll talk about that later, where you won't get the card till after the 30-day return period, or like really close to it. So that doesn't give you exactly a lot of time to send a. This one should be fine though. I'm just saying other cards can. Uh, Basically, you won't be able to return them, and your money's gone for good because of the location is too far from where you are. And then don't trust stock or bad photos. So this is a obviously stock looking photo. This is a stock photo of just a 770 and all that. And then these are crappy photos. Like, you can barely it looks fuzzy. I think the side panel's on and everything. It's a lower angle. You can't see it too well. This one is like, it's just fuzzy looking. It's weird to me. The background has, stuff around it. It's definitely a fuzzy picture, yeah. More stock photos of a totally different graphic card. We have a 770 here by EVGA, and then an MSI 950. Both of those cards are very different and perform very differently and have different power consumptions and everything. So you need to keep an eye out on things like that. Now, they probably can let you customize it, is probably what this listing is. But I don't ever choose anything that uses a bunch of stock photos, and I definitely don't trust it if all it has is crappy photos like this, if I can't even tell like what it has. Like, obviously I could tell that's an MSI, graphic card, GTX, but I don't know like which one. I don't know if it's this exact like 950 or is it another card or what. I don't trust it, and you shouldn't trust it either, just because you want to see the actual card or not even just card, just the computer. You want to see the parts that are inside of it, what condition they're in. Are they dusty? Are they broken? Are they chipped? Or do they just have scratches? Like I want to see every little imperfection I can in that computer or on that computer before I buy it, because I want to know what I'm getting into. Am I getting a product that's like almost brand new, or am I getting a product that was like the dusty PC project build that I had? Check that out if you want to. It was the nickname of the computer is Dusty, and it looked like it was just thrown in the mud and just sat there for days and then shipped off to me. You want to know what you're going to get into before you buy something. And then find a listing with good photos and showcase as soon as possible. As much as possible. Sorry, I forgot what ASAP meant. So, this is a really nice photo. Like, obviously, their cable management could use some work, but it's a high-quality image. You get to see every imperfection, and that's good. I get to see what is not good, what is good. It shows the outside, without the side panel and with the side panel on. The side panel obviously reflects anything on it, so be the person taking the photo or the floor in this case. So it's always good to get a picture with the side panel off and a front photo so you can see it. This guy was nice enough to show one without the plastic in the way and just the filter. I kind of like that a bit more. And also it does give more airflow then. And then just without the filter at all. And it even shows the other side panel, which not a lot of people look at or even care about. But if there's an indent in the corner or something, you're probably going to want to know if you're spending $700 on a computer or whatever. And just any computer, you would like to know about, do you care about your $300 case or not case, but your $200 or $300 computer having a dent on the back that you're not going to see, or do you? If you do care, then keep an eye out for that. But if you don't care, still look for it so how bad is it. Maybe you could just tape it, not tape, you know what I mean. You can you cover it up or not? How easy or hard is that going to be? And it even shows the back. You always want to keep an eye out looking for the I/O. This is a newer computer, so it's going to have all the latest features and stuff, but I'm talking about USB 3.0. You don't know, not all motherboards have that. So granted, some of the older ones don't have that, obviously, but it's always good to know that. And then graphic cards, you always want to look at their ports to make sure you know what they are. Some people will have cards that they say is one thing, but it's actually another card, and you could tell that they're different based on the display outputs that they have. And also some motherboards just don't have all the fancy, maybe you have a motherboard that doesn't have a display port or an HDMI, but you need that or you want that. It's always good to be looking for those features and stuff so you have them. And then look for things that are different from the normal standard. So this is looks like a normal computer on the outside, but if you look on the inside, it's a Xeon computer that has the RAM slots above the CPU. Now, everything else pretty much looks like normal. I mean, granted, it's a messy case with all the cables. There's not a lot of good cable management. The CPU, you can see it's plugged in. The CPU fan is plugged in a bit towards the right of the RAM slots instead of where the right clip of the RAM slots are. You want to keep an eye out for parts that are weird like that. And luckily, this does have the PCI X16 slots or X8 slots or whatever. So, that's good if you want to turn this into a gaming computer, but you also want to keep an eye out for things maybe this motherboard doesn't support ECC registered memory. I know this is Kingston memory, I checked it out, but is it ECC registered? Just because it has a Xeon doesn't mean it is. So sometimes when you see weird stuff like this, you want to do research and make sure you're buying something that'll work. And every time I see a motherboard that looks kind of funky, even normal motherboards, I'll still count the power supply header because, I want to make sure it's a 24-pin connection and not a 20-pin or something crazy like that. So I always count it all out, and stuff can still be proprietary. So you could think, oh, it's 24 pins, it's normal. I would still do research on, if you found an optiplex or something, do research on if you need a power adapter or not on that. And then read the description every time. The description is always important. Now, this says read description. Not every single thing is going to say that. This graphic card says read the description. And the reason is because it is literally just a picture of a video card. It is not an actual video card. So it's a scam. It's also really stupid because they're selling us for a picture of a video card for $625, which doesn't make any sense to me. But obviously, this is a scam to, like trick people and get money out of them. So you definitely want to read the description, or maybe something is broken and you don't know that. Which would bring me into the next thing is be wary if it says untested and look for confirmation of working. So you want to check the description to see if it says it's working, untested, or broken. No matter what, you always got to scroll down, look in the description. This just says it's untested or whatever, and this guy says I'm unsure how to test it and it looks in good condition. You still want to check that out. I personally wouldn't risk it with something that's untested unless I got it really cheap. Like if you're spending like $300, like $294 or above $100, you definitely should be getting confirmation if something works or not, because that is way too. Anything above 100 is definitely not worth getting untested. Like unless I'm getting like a 3090 for $100, I am not going to buy it for untested. Like, that's ridiculous. So keep an eye out for that. And don't overpay for parts and look for other options. So, for example, right now this RX 6800 XT is selling for like $1,200, which is ridiculous. And then the 3070 is selling for $1,500. There's other cards you can use, and right now the market is crazy, yes, but like, you don't want to overpay a card, that had, for example, last generation we had the RTX 2080 cost like $1,000 in some cases, but then there was like the RTX 2060 and 2070. They were much cheaper. The 2060 didn't have that much less performance than 2080. Now technically it did, but like the price difference, price to performance, like the difference wasn't that great. I'm not going to spend $300 for like extra, or at least at the time that's how it was. You shouldn't spend $300 for a better card if it's only like a 20% difference between your card and another card. So keep an eye out for other options. Like maybe buying something way cheaper than a 3070 would be a better option than buying another card, or like the mining RX 470s. Maybe if those, a lot of people get those instead of like a 1050 Ti or something. Some people do that. I'm just saying. But right now they're crazy. So maybe instead of getting like a RX 4070 or no 470, sorry, you would get like a GTX 970. That could be an upgrade if you find one that's cheaper and has better performance. Go for it. Just don't overpay for cards like this. This is a scalper who bought the card solely for the purpose of just selling it at like, this is double, triple the price it was supposed to be. Yeah, this is supposed to be a $500 card, and it's well over what it's supposed to be, MSRP. And check for returns. I always like to check for returns. Like, yeah, eBay does back shipping, but there is plenty of cards that, where is it? Yeah, seller does not offer returns right there. I like having it where the seller is able to return. That way I know I'm less likely to get scammed, versus if someone has it, seller does not offer returns, and I have to rely on eBay's return policy and stuff. Like, nothing's wrong with that. I'm just saying it's good to get confirmation, because normally if someone doesn't have stuff on like returnable, probably means they're like trying to scam you, possibly. Like, it doesn't always mean that, but that's just, for me, that's reassurance to help not get scammed. And then watch out for scam parts and cards. We talked about this multiple times, but I'm going to show you some examples. So obviously, like I said before, stock photos, and then also check the ports in the back. This is, I think these are all both GTS like 680s or something like that. They're really bad cards. No 1050 Ti is going to have a VGA port in the back of it. And obviously just stock images, and it just looks like crappy. If it looks like this, it's probably, not trustworthy and stuff. And then also, like, here's another scam card. It's the exact same thing, but it has different coloring. That's literally the only difference. Same ports and everything. and you can look at the back plate, and sometimes that can give you a good idea on what the card is. Because this is not a 1050 Ti. Like this won't even pass as would not even pass as a 1052 gig. And just here it's showing World of Warcraft, and obviously it doesn't show any like benchmark tools or anything. It's literally just that's it. Which, that's a scam. Now there's multiple ways you can check out if something's a scam. Some things don't look like scams, but they are scams. This is just one of the more obvious kind of scams you're going to see throughout your life. And if you're unsure about something, that leads me to my next one. Don't trust unknown brands. If it doesn't say the brand or you can't read it somewhere, it's probably a scam. So this card, I've never once ever seen this. Now granted, it's also like Japanese or Chinese. I don't know the difference. Oh yeah, Japanese. I was right because it said it. That's how I remembered. Okay. Either way, I've never once seen a card like this. Like, obviously I can't read it, but it's an unknown brand. Like, how do I know I can trust it? Just because it says GeForce Experienced and has an NVIDIA stuff on it doesn't mean I can trust it. I don't know this brand or anything. Like, for example, Galax is a graphic card, a brand, or is a brand of company that they make. I know they make graphic cards, and they're popular in Australia. Now they're not so popular here in the US, so you're not going to see a lot of them there, but they are a known brand that sells good cards. Versus this, it's not a very well known brand, and I honestly don't know what it is. Like Asus is a known brand, EVGA, MSI, you can pull out the list. There is a long list of trusted companies that you can buy computer parts from, and it's always better to go with that than to go with something like this. Just because, like, let's say this was a lot cheaper than $198 with like $13, $14 of shipping. It's like it doesn't make sense. I'd rather go with pay once for a little bit more for a card that I know is like is what it says, versus pay a lot cheaper for a card that I am only like 50% sure it's legit, and the other 50% of me just is like, dude, that's not it. This is a scam. I'm gonna get my money taken and get a piece of crap card. So yeah, that's today's video on how not to get scammed on eBay. Please like the video if you found it useful or enjoyed it. Dislike if you didn't find it enjoyable. Let me know what I did good. Let me know what I did bad. Let me know what I can improve on. Please subscribe if you like my content like this. Maybe check out my other videos if you want to. And I hope you guys have a good day. This is Archangel out.